Okay, hi to Puna School. Now, before we get started, the first thing that we are going to do, because we're doing some cooking today, is COVID-19 special. We need to make sure that you wash your hands. So you're making sure that you put plenty of soap all over your hands, between your fingers, so you're nicely soaked up. Then I've been told happy birthday twice, or is it the chorus to Lose Yourself by Eminem, which I don't remember off the top of my head. You better lose yourself in the moment you own it, you never better go. You only get one stop, your death if you last to go. As opportunity comes. How's the start though? Zam spaghetti. The sweater on is spaghetti already. Mom's spaghetti. Okay. Then make sure you give them enough dry. And you've got to be completely dry if you want to get the legumes off them. I think like us, you're starting to acquire a ton of these things here. They're really in season at the moment and they are everywhere. Our neighbours keep dropping them off. Our back neighbours and our side neighbours keep dropping these things off. And we just have ridiculous amounts. So today, me and Mrs. Wright and little Alia are going to make ourselves some muffins using our Feijoas. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a big bowl. You're going to need a spatula. You're going to need a measuring cup. All the ingredients I'm going to share with you on a doc, and you guys can just read through those as you go. And we're just going to get started. We're going to need a little bit of scales to measure out our butter. We're going to need our muffin tins over here, muffin trays. We've got these nice flexi ones that they just pop out of. And we can just get started. So like I say guys, if you're having trouble keeping up or anything, just make sure you press pause on the button and then you guys can do it. And like I say, I'm going to share this whole recipe with you. What you're going to start off by doing is halving your Feijoas and just with a spoon scoop all the middle out. Yeah. And I'm just going to give them a bit of a mush with a fork. Okay, so now we have our melted butter, our Feijoas. So we're going to add that in and we're just going to give it a good stir. I'm just going to stir it with a spoon. Yes, I'm going to stir it with a spoon. I'm going to add the unbeaten eggs. And this takes 2 eggs. And you're going to mix those in with your spoon as well. Or a handy whisk. Or a whisk. Okay, and now once that is all whisked together, whisk, that's right. Once that's all whisked together, you're going to add in all your dry ingredients. Oh, that's a third of a cup. Do we have a quarter cup? We do, right there. So it's going to take 3/4 of a cup. Now you can use brown or white sugar. We just prefer brown sugar. Why do we prefer brown sugar? I don't know. We just prefer brown sugar. How do I make it so it's like not huge? Do I flatten that down?
How about with a spoon?
Okay.
Are you doing there?
3/4 of a cup.
So you're doing 3/4 cup measures.
3/4 cup measures, that's right.
Cool. What do you think, Alia?
Yum?
Yum.
It's getting close to her dinner time, so she's starting to look a little hungry-eyed. Okay, so we've got all of our sugar in there, our eggs in there, our butter in there. So we're going to give it another mix up with the whisk. And then we are going to add in 2 cups of flour. One. Two. Uh-oh. And 2 teaspoons of baking powder. And the baking powder and using the baking powder makes it like rise and makes it fluffy, doesn't it?
It does, yes.
Okay. Got my sugar, my eggs, my feijoas, my butter. I've got my baking powder and I've got 2 cups of flour and it's all in there now. So I'm going to give that, fold that in. So what's the difference between like stirring and folding? What am I going to fold it?
You just don't want to over-mix it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just lightly mix it through.
Just lightly stir it.
Still use the whisk?
Gently mix it through. You could just do it gently with the whisk.
Okay.
Or maybe you could use the spatula.
Oh, okay. You did see Elliot lick this one before, but in between takes we have cleaned it. Okay. So, I've mixed that all up and our mixture should just look like that. And I'm going to put it into our muffin trays.
While Mr. Wright's doing that, I'm going to make our crunchy topping for our Feijoa muffins. So we're going to put in 1 tablespoon of sugar. So I'm just going to put that into a bowl, and actually I'm just going to put in a little bit more. And then we're going to put in 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, if you've got it at home. If you don't have cinnamon at home, you could just put some sugar on top, or you could just leave the topping off altogether. And we're going to put 1 teaspoon of cinnamon in with the sugar. And then we're going to mix that all together. So now before we put the sugar mixture on top, we're just going to, Mr. Wright's just going to make sure his muffins are the same size. Otherwise we'll have some tiny ones and some big ones. We'll just go through and make sure that there's the same amount of mixture in each muffin tin.
Maybe take a bit from that one.
Take a little bit from that one maybe. And this one looks a
little sparse. Where's that heavier one? Over
How
here.
about simple?
Okay. So now I've got my sugar that Mrs. Wright mixed with me with a little bit of cinnamon in it. And I'm just going to take that and I'm just going to sprinkle it lightly over the top. So now, our muffins in their trays, ready to go into the oven.
To the hot oven.
I won't take it to the hot oven. Okay, so that's our timer going off there, so I'm just going to stop that. And what do you think, Elliot? Do you think they're ready yet? Maybe. She's going to go to Mummy. And I'm going to take our knife. Mummy, sweetheart, go to Mummy. You want to come grab it? There you got it. I'm going to take our knife and just going to test one. So it's coming out with a little bit of muffin still on it. So I'm going to put it in for another 5 minutes. I'm going to set our timer again. And we'll see you back in 5 minutes. Okay, so that's our extra 5 minutes that we've had on. I'm going to test one more time. And our knife is coming back in nice and clean, so we know that it is ready to go. So what I'm going to do is make sure you let Mum or Dad do this, And when mum and dad do this, make sure that they've got stuff to protect their hands because the oven is hot. Woohoo! And there we go. Nice fresh muffins. So I'm going to give those 5 minutes to cool on in the muffin tins, and then we're going to put them onto a cooling rack for 5 minutes to cool down before we enjoy them. Alright, so out of the oven, and let's see. They are pretty good. They taste a lot better when Mrs. Wright makes them, but not bad for Mr. Wright. So guys, now what you're tasked to do is to write out your own recipe and give a go at baking something. You can cook something, you can bake something, you can do anything you like, as long as we can see those ingredients that you're going to have in there, some instructions that we can have through there, and then at the end we would really love it if you were to take a picture and share it up onto our Google Classroom.